Good morning to everyone and to our media partners joining us. And thank you to those joining us on social media. If you're watching our stream, you have questions you would like to ask, put those questions in the comments on Facebook or Instagram or at Mayor Johnson SAV or the City of Savannah, and I will field those after our media partners here in the room. Certainly glad to be back in the hostess city. I've been a little bit busy. Spent part of last week in New York City speaking at the Unstoppable Africa conference that had folks from Africa all around the world that coincided with the United Nations General Assembly. And so had an opportunity to be featured on the stage with Savannah. Also, I was a speaker at a Climate Week um, event at Cornell University, and then had an opportunity to participate in the Clinton Global Institute that is sponsored by President and Senator Clinton. From there, went on to Washington, D.C. for the rest of the week to serve in my capacity as the president of the African American Mayors Association for the Congressional Black Caucus. So a lot of moving around, a lot of representing the hostess city of the South. And as they say, there is no place like home. Also, very excited to welcome here. We have a delegation from Kumasi, Ghana here. The Honorable Patrick Frimpong, who is the presiding member of the of the Kumasi Metropolitan Delegation here. They have a delegation of 5 here in the city. The mayor was supposed to be here and was unable to make it, but yet we are very happy to have our friends from Kumasi, Ghana here. Particularly, we were just there in July, and so they have already reciprocated on their visit. It's a beautiful day in Savannah, regardless of how it looks outside. It might be a little gray, but I will tell you, as far as I'm concerned, it is sunshine for me. I'm grateful that we are not talking about the weather that was initially forecasted for today and throughout the week. I'm glad that we're not talking about the H word because that was a real possibility early on this week. And so thank God that He has again blessed us with an opportunity not to talk about the H word. And so I'm grateful for that. We have about another 2 months left in the H word season. We're not using that word. It was a quiet September, and hopefully that trend continues. We know here that our busiest month in hurricane, oh, I used that word, the busiest month in H word season is like middle of September to the middle of October. So really in the middle of that time. But we're trusting that we will not have any impacts. This weekend, however, the city of Savannah did stand up emergency response operations and anticipation of what is now known as Tropical Storm Imelda. We know that proper planning prevents poor performance, and so every week I ask our residents to prepare for the worst scenarios. I ask them to prepare to stay, and I ask them to prepare to leave. And city staff helped us do that this weekend. We were going to be ready. We were prepared for whatever was going to go down this week. Our team distributed over 900 sandbags from a stock of 40 tons of sand. And so, for those um, citizens who got sandbags, don't throw them away. Hold on to them. We're not out of the woods yet. Our team with stormwater management accelerated the clearing of over 9,000 feet of our massive stormwater drainage system. That included 22 manholes, 71 catch basins as well. Staff removed 36 loads of debris. 36 loads of debris. Each jet vac holds about 11 cubic yards of debris. So that's nearly 400 cubic yards of debris that was removed from our system ahead of the storm um, that wasn't. And so we had personnel ready to respond all weekend. Thankfully, the wind was in our favor. Team Savannah was present. We were engaged. We were talking with our friends at the Chatham Emergency Management Agency. And so, as we do here, when storms come our way, we work together. So, I'm thankful for Chatham Emergency Management Agency as well as the City of Savannah's Emergency Operations team. Um, we um, we skipped one, and we're hoping we keep on skipping them. So, regardless of what you see outside, it is a beautiful, gorgeous day in Savannah, and I'm grateful for it, and you should be too. But I still encourage our residents to have a mind toward preparedness over the next month. As our excellent critical workforce team um, inside Team Savannah do all wrong, they stay ready so they don't have to get ready. If you have not signed up for alerts from Chatham Emergency Management Agency, you could do so at chathamemergency.org, chathamemergency.org, and you can follow the city's official social media channels for the latest updates. And of course, you can follow me because you know I'm going to say something. So that's at Mayor Johnson SAV, Mayor Johnson SAV on Facebook and Instagram. And we want you to have a plan. We want you to know what you're going to do if you face the possibility of a landfall event. If you have to stay, we want you to be ready. If you got to leave, we want you to be ready. Okay. Some of us, some of our events that were planned this week were impacted. The Innovate with Us event with District 3 Alderwoman Linda Wilder Bryant was scheduled for tonight. We have postponed that due to the anticipated weather. It wasn't, but we will reschedule it at a later date. The City of Savannah's Recreation and Leisure Department also postponed the inaugural Adult Field Day, which was originally scheduled for this past Saturday. The Adult Field Day has been rescheduled for later in October. We'll have more information about this event and the Innovate With Us event out to the public when it is available. Again, you can follow the city's official social media channels. You can visit our website at savannahga.gov. And of course, you can follow me at Mayor Johnson SAV on Instagram and Facebook. This week, I'm also very excited because we'll be congratulating the 14 entrepreneurs graduating from the second cohort of Launch Savannah. This is a 12-week accelerator program that is led by our Economic Development Department in partnership with the Small Business Assistance Corporation, and it was created out of our commitment to grow strong local, small, and minority-owned businesses. The graduates represent the creativity and the resilience and the innovation that makes Savannah thrive. And so we thank them for investing in their dreams and in our community, and we look so forward to watching their businesses grow and succeed. And building on that momentum, I'm excited to share that on October the 14th, we will launch another new program called Marketing Unleashed. This is a 4-week in-person series in partnership with Startup Savannah that will help business owners maximize their marketing budgets and strengthen their brand strategies. This program is limited to 15 participants, and applications are open now through this Friday. Sessions will be held on Tuesday evenings at the Savannah Entrepreneur Center, and we encourage all interested entrepreneurs to apply. A little over a week ago, I was really excited, and I had the pleasure of really joining the world's greatest leaders, the Savannah Youth Council and the Chatham County Youth Commission, as Savannah was the host city for the 2025 Youth Symposium. This was an incredible event, and it was sponsored by Georgia Forward and the Georgia Municipal Association, and it brought together over 120 high school kids, leaders, and advisors from around the state of Georgia for 3 days of collaboration, learning, and inspiration. Over the course of those 3 days, the Youth Symposium empowered our young people through presentations, interactive workshops, and a host of activities. Savannah is and has proudly served as the epicenter of governmental youth engagement for over 30 years. The first youth councils, youth commissions in the country could be found right here in Savannah. And so we were proud to serve as the backdrop for this incredible event. We believe that we invest in the future today. And so we have to invest in the next generation of leaders now. They are not the leaders of tomorrow, they are the leaders of today. And the work that we're doing now, paying it forward on the front end, will be able to be inherited by these young, amazing leaders. And so I was inspired by their passion and their ideas and their energy, and I felt young around them. So just excited about that and what that means. Georgia Forward is a key part of the Georgia Municipal Association's advocacy and municipal support system. And again, we're glad to have these young people here with us. In just over a half an hour at 11 a.m., we're inviting you to join us and our partners in the Oakview Group to announce Savannah's new franchise women's basketball team in the Upshot League. So we'll be announcing our new team name, our new team logo, and our head coach. So I'm excited about that and what that means. Our in-market arena will serve as the new team's home beginning next year. If you haven't figured it out, Savannah is a sports town. We have professional hockey, we have professional football players born here, we have professional basketball teams that play here. Our high school football teams produce some of the biggest college football stars in the nation. There are professional athletes that get to call Savannah home, and of course, the Savannah Bananas. A professional women's basketball team is an incredible addition to our growing sports sector, and we know that Savannah will support it. So we look forward to unveiling the new name and logo in about 30 minutes at the in-market arena, and I hope you will join us and tune in. During last week's City Council meeting, City Manager Jay Melder provided the council with some brief updates on the ice rink at the Savannah Civic Center in response from a question from council. This morning, I want to give some additional updates to the public regarding the Civic Center redevelopment project, which is, of course, impacting the situation with the ice rink. As you remember, last year, the City Council made a decision on the future of the Civic Center site. In the resolution, the City Council voted to demolish the MLK Arena and restore the Johnny Mercer Theater. Although we took that action, that was the plan all along. The reason for building the in-market arena was because the current arena, the Martin Luther King Arena, had passed its useful life. And so there was no need for us to maintain two arenas. However, the Johnny Mercer Theater still has some relevance here, and we need to continue to use that. The ballrooms are heavily used, the meeting rooms are heavily used, and so council just basically voted to approve the plan. That was the plan well over 20 years ago. We often talk about the Civic Center as an entity, and it is, but there are some distinctions. The Savannah Civic Center houses the Johnny Mercer Theater and the Martin Luther King Jr. Arena, and the meeting rooms on the second floor, and the ballrooms on the third floor. The entire complex is called the Savannah Civic Center. But there are components within the Savannah Civic Center, and I think Council made it clear in our resolution that the Johnny Mercer Theater, the meeting rooms above it, the ballroom above that are important civic spaces. Um, the loss of those assets would have a significant impact. And so we wanted to invest in those community assets. We have a new arena, and it's just time for us to move forward. The time is up for the arena at the Civic Center site, and we have to be able to move on. We allowed uh, hockey, the ice rink, to continue while we were in the planning stages, but it's time for that arena to come down. Um, the council also directed the restoration of a portion of the original Oglethorpe plan, which will return an estimated 4.5 acres of land to its original layout. And so this development really represents a significant moment in our city's history, and it's important that we get it right and we get it done right now. And so after council's vote last year, um, I told the city manager not to sleep on this project. It needs to move. We will not die from paralysis of analysis. And as the city manager explained last week, our management partners, the Oakview Group, has a contract with the Ghost Pirates to rent practice space in the MLK Arena. Additionally, we're using the ice rink for recreational hockey leagues, but the Ghost Pirates contract has expired. And so we'll continue to work with the Ghost Pirates. We love them. They're our partners. They have new practice space that they're transitioning to, but we need to move forward. And so um, it's also clear to me that the MLK Arena has a lot of safety issues, which is why we built a new arena. It is not economically viable for us to repair a building that is scheduled for demolition. And so, for safety reasons, we're not letting the public skate in there anymore. We're just not. So, staff has been hard at work over the last year planning for the next stages of development, and it is time now for that to happen. Staff has completed plans for the full demolition of the arena, which will happen in the first quarter of next year, and it is now time for us to move forward. That plan includes a very detailed and carefully sequenced schedule of the work designed to avoid disruptions to operations in the Johnny Mercer Theater, as well as the ballroom and meeting rooms. We hope to keep programming at the Johnny Mercer Theater operating as normal for as long as possible. Additionally, this year, the Johnny Mercer Theater has been the subject of marketing research, programming analysis, and operations study to prepare for renovations. This research is vital to understanding the next steps of what this renovation looks like. In the coming month, the city will be holding several community meetings as the public engagement phase of this project opens up. We will have more information out to the public as it becomes available on the redevelopment project as a whole and upcoming meetings. I've said since the beginning of my first administration, we're going to be the council of hard decisions and movement. We're going to make the hard decisions and we're going to move. So we're looking forward to that. Also, earlier this year, as you could tell, the City Council completed the first phase of the City Hall restoration. As a part of that restoration, the exterior lighting was upgraded with a new permanent system that allows us to illuminate the building in celebration of holidays and special events. This past Saturday, we lit City Hall purple in observance of Chiari Awareness Month. Chiari malformation is a neurological condition that affects over 300,000 people in the United States every year. And every year, landmarks around the world are lit purple to draw awareness to this chronic condition, to celebrate the resilience and support those who suffer from this illness. Just last night, I received a phone call from a young lady that I know who suffers from this illness, and she had tears in her eyes as she was so excited that finally she felt that the lights on City Hall recognized her and saw her condition that is really not known widely. But she certainly suffers from that, and she said it gave her encouragement. And I will tell you that made me feel great. So if you want to learn more, visit Bobby Jones, CSF.org, Bobby Jones, CSF.org. The Bobby Jones Foundation funds research of the condition and leads the global mission to raise awareness and search for a cure. Because we can do more than one thing, we're going to keep our lights up and keep them purple tomorrow through Saturday, October the 4th, in observance of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The city, in conjunction with Safe Shelter, we continue to hope to raise awareness about domestic violence and its impact. It happens, it's real, it does not have a face, and it happens to men. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. According to our friends at Safe Shelter, 35% of women and 39% of men experience some form of domestic violence in the state of Georgia. Listen to what I just said. 35% of women and 39% of men. Men get abused too. We're just not going to talk about it. We're just not going to talk about it. So Safe Shelter has been serving Savannah and Chatham County for over 45 years, offering comprehensive services to survivors of domestic violence and their families. Love should never hurt. Love should never hurt. And if I'm talking to somebody out there, if you're going through that situation, he don't love you if he puts his hands on you. Or fellas, she doesn't love you if she puts her hands on you. So to learn more about the work they do or domestic violence, you can visit safeshelter.org. If someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, I encourage you not to judge, not to criticize, but to seek the support offered by Safe Shelter, which includes some legal services. Or you can call the 24-hour crisis line at 912 629 8888. 912 629 8888. And of course, coming up very soon, the City of Savannah is partnering with several organizations to offer two opportunities for residents to show their civic pride by doing what? Helping us clean this place up. The city's sanitation department and Keep Savannah Beautiful will host the annual Great Savannah Community Cleanup on Saturday, October the 11th. Registration is now open at savannahga.gov/great cleanup. savannahga.gov/great cleanup. We invite residents and organizations to take advantage of the citywide day of service. Every year, the city, along with our partners at Keep Savannah Beautiful, team up to beautify and improve the city by removing litter and debris from public places. Our registration is open now through Friday, October the 3rd. And for those who register, the city will provide litter kits to support litter cleanup. Students who participate will be eligible to receive community service hours. Also, on October the 11th, we invite you to join our Rivers Alive cleanup, and this is a part of a statewide campaign to preserve and protect local waterways. This year, the cleanup efforts will focus on Harmon and Haynes Creek at the end of Hearst Avenue. A limited number of kayaks will be provided by the Wilderness Southeast for volunteers to use, but organizers encourage participants to bring their own kayaks. Thousands of pounds of litter have been removed from Harmon and Haynes Creek over several years. Both of these creeks are headwaters to the Vernon River. The city's water resources and sanitation departments both support and sponsor this annual event. So join us on October the 11th at 9 a.m. at Rivers End Community Boat Ramp on Hearst Avenue, just south of Montgomery Crossroads. I might try to join them. I do not have a kayak. So if anybody wants to lend your boy a kayak, uh, I don't have a kayak. But if you want to lend me one, Joe, if you got a kayak, I don't know where you get a kayak from, but um, hey, I'm all about keeping our city beautiful. And then seriously and finally, today's September 30th. This is the end of Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Many of you know that uh, the beginning of this month, um, I told you all my story of being diagnosed again earlier this year with prostate cancer. I will tell you that the response has been absolutely overwhelming. I have had men come to me literally almost every day this month asking me about questions, asking me about the PSA test, or people sharing their stories with me, people who are going through it right now. So hopefully, my moment of vulnerability has helped someone to get tested. I'm asking, fellas, um, the reason why I'm standing here was because I caught it early. I had my um, prostate serum antigen test. I think that's what it's called, PSA test. And because of that, I was able to detect it early. I had a plethora of treatment options. I will tell you, even this year, and Team Savannah could tell you, while I was going through treatment, I never missed a day of work. I never missed a city council meeting. And the day after, I went to Africa. Um, so I need you to be okay. Our city needs you to be okay. Your wives, your daughters, your girlfriends, your boos, your bays, they need you to be okay. Um, your moms, your grandmoms, your aunts, your uncles need you to be okay. So please, although we observe Prostate Cancer Awareness Month in September, the fact is we live all year long. Do me a favor, particularly if you have a family history, particularly if you're African American. Um, go ahead, ask your doctor, because you should be seeing your doctor anyway. Ask the question, should I have a PSA test? It's a simple blood test. They're not doing anything weird to you, just simple blood test. And again, there have been people who have contacted me this month because of what we said early this month, and they found out that they have issues that they're getting checked out. So I thank God for using me as a vessel to hopefully save some lives. We're trying to live, and we want people to live. So that ends my prepared remarks. If you're on social media, on John and Mayor Johnson SAV, on Facebook or Instagram, if you have a question, you can put that into the chat, and I will field those after our media partners. So I'm happy to start with our media partners this morning.
Mr. Mayor.
Good morning.
Evan Lasser, Savannah Morning News.
Yes, sir.
Some public engagement for the Canal District Master Plan is kicked off today.
Yes.
Curious if you can explain, why that's being brought up at this time, why it may be sat for a few years.
Well, the fact is, I think we were dealing with other stuff. I mean, COVID. I mean, COVID. Search for a city manager. I think we had to determine what our priorities were. Priorities for us was housing, um, uh, and certainly the economic well-being of our community. I think everybody will agree that this council and the council before it have been very, very busy. So it always remained on our plate. And so now this is the next thing to be able to do. As I said earlier, we're a council of hard decisions, but I also realize that we cannot do everything all at the same time. So I think there has to be a prioritization. And I think if you're looking at housing in a canal district, I think housing was the most important thing for us to get to. Some of the zoning issues we've been dealing with. And so I think this is a good place, a good time for us to be able to lean in and focus on that. So council is out now doing a trolley tour of the area. And so we'll be moving aggressively on that as well.
And do you maybe kind of have a vision for what you would like to see in that area and the waterworks building specifically?
I do. I think that um, it should certainly be community space. I see it as being some sort of small business incubator. One thing we know we've learned from our small businesses that um, office space around here, workspace around here is too freaking expensive. So if we can have a way, particularly for those that are dealing through city programs, to have space to be able to operate for a while, maybe opportunities for a community market. I think that's opportunities there. I think we want to develop the Canal District in being a very good and very prominent segue, maintaining the integrity of the communities next to it, and then the um, the entertainment phase of the arena. I think we have to plan that very very carefully, and I think this gives us an opportunity to do that. In making it a district, we're able to do zoning and other tools to make sure that we're maintaining that separation and we're treating it individually. Thank you. You had two there. You got one more. Yeah. You on hold just
I
in
might
case.
say that.
All right.
Good morning, Mr.
Good
Mayor.
morning.
Kristen Salka, WJCL.
Yes, ma'am.
So today's the last day International Paper is open. Do you feel the city responded quickly and strongly enough since the closure was announced to support workers?
I think this community, the greater community, responded admirably. Um, this was kind of thrown on us. I wasn't happy about it, but I think our concern has been for the individuals whose lives will ever forever be impacted. Not only did we jump on this, we got with our partners not only in Savannah but regionally. We hosted the largest job fair ever in our city's history. That included several counties, hundreds of local businesses. Many of the folks have jobs now because of our response. Again, I think that you know in the light of a impending closure in which there was a very short runway, I think this community did and will continue to do what it could. We appreciate international papers' time here. Certainly, they have played a integral role of our community, but they've closed their chapter on us, and so now, those residents, those citizens remain. And so we'll continue to do what we can to ensure that their new chapter is better than their last chapter.
And do you have a message for the workers walking out of those gates for the last time today, especially if they worked there for decades?
Yeah. That I've learned in life that when one door closes, another door opens. Sometimes that door might be a window, but we're proclaiming that your next chapters will be better than your last chapters. Sometimes in life, we get comfortable in our discomfort, and things happen to move us to where it is we need to be. Some people might move into retirement. It might be time for them to really enjoy their life. For some people, it might move them into a new career field, to learn something else, to do something else, to start a new career somewhere else. For some people, it might push into school to be able to learn new skills and create new opportunities. I do know for us, um, the most of these individuals, most of these valued residents will remain here. And so we'll have the value of their experience here and their expertise. They are still Savannians. They're still Savannah strong. They're bigger than what has happened to them, and their life will be better going forward.
And last question, is there any update regarding the city's desire to acquire the Weeping Time property? We saw one alderwoman submitted a formal request for the city to initiate the eminent domain process to acquire the property.
Well, we're not going to do that. I don't think so. I think eminent domain would require us to purchase, and I think from the purchase price, I think is certainly exorbitant. I mean, but it's based on industrial property. I think we're maintaining and we're continuing. I think fruitful conversations with the owners, and that's all I'm going to say about that at this time.
Thank you.
Hey.
Awesome. Evan Spoke, WSAV.
Yes.
About a week or so ago, obviously, the fire chief announced his resignation. And I understand the city doesn't comment on personnel matters, but is there a timeline or certain characteristics the city will look for in his, permanent replacement in the future?
Sure, certainly. So, we were sorry to hear of the resignation of Chief Elsie Kitchen. I mean, he served our community well through our fire service. Um, but things happen, and so he felt in his best interest to retire, resign, and so we support that decision. That being said, our fire service, our organization is bigger than the individuals that serve it. So we have Chief William Handy, who is a known and respected quantity here in Savannah. So we believe our fire department is in good hands. We will soon initiate a nationwide search for a fire chief, and we will find the best individual to lead our department going forward. Um, you know, you train, and it's been important to me that our success lies in our succession, so that we're able to survive these types of things. People have choices, people come, people go, but the organization has to go forward. And so Savannah Fire is still the premier fire department in the nation. We are still one half of 1% in the top fire departments in the nation. We are still ISO 1 certified. We are still the hazmat experts in the region. We are still the provide life-saving services and basic life support. We will still get to you within 4 minutes if you call us. So I think that's really the more important thing. Thank you. Hi. Hey, Jasmine Butler. Yeah, so again, a lot of my conversations in Washington over the week has been regarding that. Certainly had an opportunity to talk to our Senator Raphael Warnock, who expressed some concerns about what this means. Again, Savannah, we're a military town. We have a significant federal presence here. Um, we're always concerned about what this means regarding benefits, um, funds to retirees, federal employees that are here as well. And so we're watching. We're hoping that Congress can get it together. Um, I think that there has to be some middle ground in being able to continue the continuity of government while making sure that we preserve health benefits and food benefits for those who need them. The city of Savannah every year by December 31st by law has to have a balanced budget, period. And so I can't see why Congress can't do the same. They just have to sit in the room, lock the door, and stay in there until white smoke comes from the chimney and they work it out. But they have to work it out. They have to work it out. And I don't think that hard lines gets anything accomplished. They have to be able to work it out, and I trust that they will.
SPLOST will be back on the ballot in about a month and a week. You're in support of the plan Chatham County is rolling out. The chamber is hosting a luncheon today. Anything you want voters to know?
The plan that Chatham County is rolling out? Right, right. SPLOST is countywide, but it involves all of us. So it's all 8 municipalities and the county. I am in support of the special purpose local option sales tax, which we've had since 1985. It is a continuation of the penny we already pay. It has really put forth millions of dollars for everything that we see, from the Truman Parkway to fire trucks to the arena to all of these things. And so about 40% of this is paid for by people who visit here. So basically for every dollar, we're paying about 60 cents on that dollar. But yet we're able to build big stuff. Again, this is very important to me for two reasons. Benton and Hollins Boulevard, which we have to provide a solution for those folks out in the Highlands, and for President Street, and for anybody who has ever been stopped by a train, think special purpose local option sales tax. People will complain about it. We need you to vote for it. That is the only way we're going to be able to do this without having a significant um, financial burden on taxpayers. I would also say that this allows us to maintain our lowest property tax rate since 1987. Um, it's important to note that the Savannah City Council reduced our millage rate this year. SPLOS helps us to be able to do that because we're able to pay for big stuff through SPLOS. We can't pay for programs, we can't pay for services, we can't pay for personnel, but we can build stuff and buy stuff with SPLOS. So I'm very supportive of the special purpose local option sales tax. And although I'm not supposed to campaign for it, I want y'all to know I'm voting for it because I want other people to help me pay for stuff that's going to benefit me.
Then my last question is loaded, but
So why? So if you, why, I mean, if you know it's loaded, why are you gonna ask me a question knowing it's loaded?
We
That's
have
kind
a
of messed
reporter
up,
today.
Jasmine.
No, we need answers. Okay, we have a reporter today working on this, but just over the past 3 years, we've gotten, calls, emails about the upkeep at Bonaventure Cemetery. One lady, she said that like a tombstone had been broken, like just a lot of things going on. She shared photos and videos with us. Have you heard of these concerns about maintenance and upkeep there? And do you have like any comment about what may be going on?
Not lately. I have before, just incidental issues that, to my understanding, staff had corrected. There's always something. I mean, we operate several cemeteries. There's always some type of issue. We address them as we are aware of them. And so, they can call 311. That's the purpose of 311. They can call the media if they want to, but it's really easier if you just call 311 and put in a service request. But we have a responsibility to take care of our citizens, both those who are with us and those who have left us, and we will fulfill that obligation. We have an amazing cemeteries division, and they have been pretty responsive to address issues as they occur. So if you want to pass that on, if you want to tell the person who took the time to send you those pictures to send it to us who could do something about it, we'd be more than glad to get it addressed. Oh, so he has a follow-up. You have anything? All right, go ahead.
I'll follow up on civic center redevelopment. Of course, money for that has been included in the city SPLOS list, but if I
Yes.
remember correctly, when council chose that direction, there was maybe an expectation that private funding may also be needed,
Yes.
that there may be fundraising.
Yes.
I'm curious if there's any movement on that front, when the
Yes.
right time to start doing that would be.
Yes, I've met already with our philanthropic partners. We want to do this right. We don't want to, we want to really build or refurbish or renovate the Johnny Mercer Theater to last us for many, 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 many years to come. And so I want to spare no expense to have a world-class, state-of-the-art theater. Our citizens deserve that. So we recognize that the city is going to do its part through the special purpose local option sales tax, but there are also entities that also have great interest in this. They have lobbied for us to maintain it, and I have reminded them of their willingness to be able to help us fundraise. So I suspect that as we move into the more aggressive phase of knocking down the theater, the arena, that will help spur on the massive fundraising effort. We will not lead that effort. They will lead that effort, but we'll be announcing a target and fundraising and opportunities for people to be engaged in that practice. Sure. Well, I don't know. Is it loaded?
No.
Okay.
For the federal impacts, mainly it's health benefits and food benefits, that if they don't pass the spending bill, that's.
Well,
what-
it's salaries too.
Okay.
If I'm a federal employee, and I've heard two different things. Now, you won't get paid until it's over, and then you get paid back pay. But I'm hearing now that some of these folks, it just might be lost wages, period. Could any of us imagine? I mean, we're living our life. Where life is lifing now, and then you're told, oh, well, today is September 30th. October 1st is tomorrow. Rent is due, mortgage is due, car payment is due, and you're being told, oh, well, sorry. I mean, it's just not right. And so I think that is probably the most immediate impact of addressing that. Because people have bills to be able to pay. Child care is due. Child support is due. It has an effect all across our ecosystem here in Savannah. And so that's why I think it has to be addressed, not to mention the benefits. Yes, sir.
Someone asked with your earlier comments on the Civic Center, will ice skating be moving to the in-market arena?
Well, I mean, I think that's up to the in-market arena. We own the in-market arena. However, it is managed by the Oakview Group. They manage the events at the arena, so I think they could have skating in addition to the other events or in between other events, but that is totally up to them. Again, I think for us, we have to make sure that we are providing our commitments to our residents. And our commitments to our residents was that we were not going to maintain 2 arenas, so we need to maintain that commitment. All right, that's it. All right, well, thank you all so much. I'm running late. Y'all can come on over and join me at the Savannah Civic Center as we name our new women's basketball team, and I might even shoot a 3 or 2 for y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you for being Savannah Strong.